Remember last week where I talked about the possibility of needing a new boiler because mine has died? Well, I got a quote for it. Which is why my hair is like this. Hello Smeggies. Ooh, hold on a minute. Yep, my boiler still won't work properly, which is why the house is a bit on the cold side. A bit? My nipples could cut through glass. If you say so.
It's so cold I'm wearing trousers.
That's a first.
I don't know why you want to cut through. I'm fine.
That's because you look like the son of the mummy. For all the years that I've been in this house, I have constantly fought this boiler. Having to change the thermocouple every few years because the pilot light kept going out. The struggles of the heating not coming on because I turned a nut slightly. Yeah, that one was my own stupid fault. The worst was every now and then, the timer would tell the boiler to turn on, but it wouldn't. It was always a 50-50 chance that it would work. I eventually discovered the reason for it. There was a loose fuse inside it. After I put that back in, it worked every time. Go figure. But now it would seem that the pump has finally given up the ghost. And because of that, the radiators do warm up, they just don't heat up. Hence the cold house. I can't believe I've got to wear this jumper. Get that boiler sorted. I've tried, there's nothing I can do with it. And I've had a boiler man come round to take a look at it, and even he won't touch it. I don't know why, it's only about 43 years old.
Can you use a hammer on it?
Stop exaggerating. I'm okay.
You probably have a water bottle inside that hair of yours.
So, it looks like I'm going to have to spend lots and lots of pennies on a new boiler. Joy. Yes please.
About time.
Whatever.
It's not the first time I've gone without heating though. The flat that I used to live in before I moved into this house had none at all. Just one little gas fire in the living room. It was in that flat that I learned how to keep myself warm without heating, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to do the same. That is if your heating has died too.
Oh, enjoy.
Shush, Percy. I want to hear this.
Me too. You can set fire to your trolls.
Or maybe not.
But that wouldn't last very long, so if you've got one, do it to your clone instead. I agree with you, Fred. I of course jest, that isn't very practical. If you have a robot, you can turn up his internal temperature to the overheat setting. I said overheat, not overeat. Just don't leave your robot like that for too long, it could blow up. It's good to have oil-filled radiators that you can just plug in. I have two in my bedroom that I turn on for a few hours before bedtime, and one on a timer to come on in the morning. I also have an electric heater that I put in Harley's room for half an hour before bedtime. It doesn't need as long to warm it all up.
It gets real cosy in there.
When you come downstairs in the morning, you don't just have to turn on your gas fire in the living room, you can also turn on your hobs in the kitchen. If you have a gas cooker, you can open up the door and turn that on as well. Just keep an eye on them. You don't want them to go out and start gassing yourself.
Were you after us with the broken boiler?
Yes. Well, another thing I used to do was get some old socks and put them around the toilet seat so it wasn't cold to the touch. Gross! Yeah, everyone says that. I just don't see anything wrong with it. Better yet, if you've got a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever who's upset you, get one of their favourite t-shirts, cut a hole in it and put it on the toilet seat. Actually, don't do that. You'll end up in the doghouse and it's a lot colder out there. But there are many other things you can do. Wear more clothing, which is what I should do because I'm a bit cold. Put an extra duvet on your bed. Get an electric blanket for your bed. Oh yeah, I've got one, haven't I? I should put that on.
Or just get a new boiler put in.
Yes, actually that's good advice. Do that. Anyway, I'd better go because I'm starting to feel the chill and I need to sit in front of that fire. Thanks for watching and subscribing if you have. Until the next time, peace out. Hey Percy, how's that heat pad you sat on keeping you?
Perfect.
Ah, I thought you were sat on a sheep.
Heat pad?
Taking my own advice. Putting this on. I should have put it on at the beginning, but oh well. The whole story about me living in a flat with no heating is absolutely true. I swear down, the first few weeks of living in that flat, I got the worst flu of my entire life. So bad in fact that I couldn't even stand up straight, and when I had a friend come and knock on the door and I had to go and answer it, it was like I was drunk. I just couldn't walk in a straight line. And yes, I've got my hands in my pockets right now. There's lots of things I can tell you about that flat which I kind of talked about in a vlog, but the one thing that stands out mostly is during the summertime when it was red hot outside, it was still cold in the flat. I swear down. I had to open all the windows to let all the heat, well, try and get the heat to come in. And I'd spend most of my time on the grass outside on a blanket with some music coming through the window, and I had magazines and books to read, and I'd just stay sat in the sun because, like I said, the flat was just far too cold. And the window frames, they were paper thin. It was ridiculous. This is absolutely true. In my bedroom, in that flat, I had this plastic sheet all across the window, and I'm talking a big giant window. And when it was windy, that sheet bubbled inwards because there was wind coming through the window. And I'm just forever sticking tape all around it to try and keep it out. I hated that flat. And right now, I hate that boiler. I'm going to go sit in front of the fire now.